Every teacher hiring season, I get asked the exact same question. I've applied to 30 plus school districts and nobody has hired me. What is going on? So, here's the real reason why you aren't getting hired. I'm going to be real and the big sister truth. So, with that being said, let's talk about it. For those of you that are new, hi, my name's Helena, a coach for new and first year teachers, and welcome to the present teacher. So, we're going to be talking about how you're actually doing everything quote unquote right. So, you're doing exactly what they told you to do, and the same advice that I was told to do. Fresh out of student teaching, I was a couple months from graduating, looking at finishing my licensing program and getting hired, and I just needed a district to hire me. And during one of my classes, my professor said, be grateful for any district that is willing to hire you. Make sure you apply to a lot of districts because it's really, really competitive. I was told to use the same buzzwords as everyone else in my cohort, and the reality was it took a lot of people in my cohort a long time to get hired, whereas for me, I went against the norm, as you'll soon learn if you're new here. I often do. And I only applied to 3 districts, and of those 3, 2 offered me an interview, and during those interviews, both offered me the job during the interview. So you're doing exactly what they told you to do. Apply to the masses, use the same buzzwords like lifelong learners, diverse learning, technology ready, all of the buzzwords. And that's what's frustrating. You're following the advice, you're following what they tell you to do on social media, but it's not working. But here's the truth. Everyone is doing that. Everyone is looking at the same advice online and the same strategies online, and the teachers are using the same buzzwords and same strategies that you're using. So here's the truth. You need to start thinking out of the box. So let's talk about the 3 problems and the real reason you are not getting hired. So the first one, again, this is going to be the tough sister love. You're blending in. You're using the same buzzwords in the same cover letter and resume to 30 districts. This is, I'm guessing, if I could read your mind, this will probably sound familiar. You went onto Canva or somewhere, wherever you created your cover letter and resume. You filled it out with your top qualities. You printed it out on nice paper and you sent it or emailed it or submitted it to 30 plus districts. Here's the problem with that. That's the exact same process 30 other teachers are using. They are going in, listing their top qualities, and applying to 30 plus districts, and they're not really thinking of outside the box qualities. They're just kind of going with qualities that a good teacher would have, and then they're going to sound pretty similar to you. When you do that, the cover letter and resume looks the same and they don't stand out, so they're not getting picked. You are then being put in a pile of cover letters and resumes of all the other teachers that sound the exact same. So the first problem and the reason you're not getting hired is you're blending in too much. You're blending in, you're using the same tactics, same strategy, same buzzwords as everyone else. The second one, you're talking to everybody. You're not personalizing your cover letter and resume to the specific job you're applying to. You are talking to everybody and therefore talking to no one. If I were to send an email out to everybody in the world about interviewing, nobody would pay attention because it's very generic advice. Whereas if I put an email out saying, hey, here's the reason why you as a first year teacher are not getting hired. Here's 3 reasons why. You are much more likely to click on it because I'm specifically talking to you. I'm talking to the newer first year teacher or the second career teacher who's looking to get their first teaching job. They're following all the same advice as everyone else and they're not getting hired. I'm specifically talking to you, therefore you resonate with this message, therefore you're gonna listen to it. So you're not personalizing your cover letter and resume to make yourself stand out to that specific job you are applying to. And you're talking to everybody, therefore you're talking to no one. It's like putting out a hook if you were to go fishing with no bait and expecting to catch a fish. Will you catch a fish? Yeah, eventually you probably will. But if you do the research and you figure out what the specific fish that you want to catch and you put that bait that that fish likes on that hook, you are going to attract that kind of fish way quicker than if you just throw your hook out into the pond and do your best and hope. Same thing, same concept. The third reason and the third problem is you're applying everywhere. When you apply everywhere, you're reaching for anyone to pay attention, and districts can feel that. If I were to put generic advice like anyone pay attention to me, you can feel that. Whereas if I show up confidently and say, hey, I know who you are, we are very much the same and similar, and I know you're gonna resonate with me because I know who I am, I know who I stand for, and I'm specifically talking to you exactly, you're gonna resonate with that more, and you can feel the difference when I'm saying random stuff just to get noticed online versus when I give you actual real advice that I know you're thinking and not saying out loud. So districts can feel that you are looking for any job instead of a specific job for them. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you're doing your research and looking specifically, what does that district or school have to offer? Why are you the best fit for that alignment? Why are you aligned? Show them that. Demonstrate that. Demonstrate in your cover letter. Demonstrate in your resume, in your interview answers, in your application. Be intentional of where you are applying and you are aligned to that specific spot. Don't just apply anywhere hoping for a job. Make sure that you figure out who you are, what you stand for, what makes you different than other teachers, and apply to districts that are going to complement that, environments that are looking for that. The district that you are looking for is just looking for you just as much. The district you are going to work for is looking for you just as much. There's a district out there looking exactly for you. A teacher who has the same teaching styles, the same personality, same background, they're looking for you. So stop trying to blend in by sounding like everyone else and be you. Be authentically you. It's kind of like that saying, it's easier to find a job when you already have a job because you are applying to a specific environment with intention. When you are looking to switch districts or get a job when you already have a job, you know your worth, you know your value, you know what you're looking for, you know your numbers. You are only applying to that job because you know it's a better fit. You have to bring that same energy with your first job, with this interview process. You don't want to be applying out of desperation because, like the saying goes, it's easier to find a job once you already have one because you're showing up with that confidence that this would be cool, here's why I think it'd be out of alignment, yada, yada, yada. You're not, oh, please hire me, please hire me, please hire me. Districts can fill that. Interview committees can fill that. So let's talk about what admin are actually looking for. So we talked about the 3 reasons and the 3 problems why you aren't getting hired. Let's talk about what are admin and interview committees actually looking for. So they're looking for someone who is confident in what makes them different and what makes them stand out. They're not looking for someone to be laid back and blend in. They want you to stand out. They want to know what makes you different. That takes the guesswork out of districts. They don't have to guess whether or not you're a good fit. You know who you are, and you yell it from the rooftops, and you're confident in it, and you're bold in it. And this is what I like to call here at the Present Teacher your it factor. What makes you stand out? You are not like the teacher next door. What makes you stand out from that teacher across the way that's applying to the same job? They're looking for another thing that admin is looking for is that you know their school specifically. They're not wanting a candidate that's just applying to the masses hoping for a job. They want to know that the candidate that they pick has done their research and they know why they would be a good fit for that specific school. Not just any school, but their specific school. Why are you a good fit for them? And they're also looking for that you can demonstrate why you're a good fit specifically to what they are looking for. You've done the research, you know what they're looking for, you can highlight and you can demonstrate, hey, I'm a good fit for that. Here's why, here are my examples. How are your values and core beliefs aligned? How can you both help each other reach the common goal? So now that we talked about what admin are looking for, let's talk about the gap. Most teachers are talking about, here's what I've done. Here are my qualities. Here's my background experience. Here's what I've done. Is this a right fit? Question mark. That's the old way of doing it. Now let's talk about the right way. Strong teachers articulate, here's how I fit here. I've done my research. Here's how my values, my beliefs fit here. Here's how I'm going to fit in this specific school. Do you feel the energy difference? It is completely different. One is a very reactive, questionatory, I might be a good fit, I'll let you decide, versus I'm showing you the case as to why I'm a good fit here. So now that we talked about the gap, let's talk about how to take action. So, because one thing about me is I don't just like the mindset stuff, I love giving you actionable tips. So take one common interview question that you've been asked and tailor your answer to that specific school. Great example of this is, tell me about yourself. That's a pretty generic first question, or tell me about your teaching experience. I could tell you that I have my master's in elementary education and I'm ESL certified and I have my Spanish minor and yada yada yada. Or I can go in and be like, okay, the reason I applied to this specific school and district is because they're very passionate about diversity or second language learners or whatever, inclusive environments, for example. So I'm going to make sure when I answer that question, I'm going to list examples that highlight that. I'm not tweaking my past to fit them. I'm highlighting, here's all my information. I'm going to pick the main points that you're looking for, and I'm going to condense it for you so it's easier for you to see that I'm a good fit. So take action. Take one common interview question and tailor your answer to that specific goal. Highlight the sections that they're looking for that highlight why you're a good fit. So, as a recap, we talked about how you're doing everything quote unquote right, but the advice you've been given is wrong. We talked about the 3 problems as to why you're not getting hired. Number 1, you're blending in. Number 2, you're talking to everybody. And number 3, you're applying everywhere. We also talked about what admin are actually looking for. We talked about the gap between most teachers are here talking about, here's my qualities, here's what I've done, do you want to hire me? Versus strong teachers articulate, here's how I fit here in this specific school. We also talked about how to take action this week and what you can do to start that process now. So that wraps up everything. If you want more tips on interviewing process, I have some resources for you. First, I would really appreciate it if you have a teacher friend that is looking for a job. I would love it if you could share this with them so this can reach more teachers who need it, because I'm on a mission to get good teachers and good districts, kind of like matchmaking. I want good teachers. I want good teachers as coworkers. I want good teachers as future teachers for my kids. I just want good teachers to stay in the profession, and I know one way to do that is to keep good teachers in the right environments that are aligned with them, and that's what this is all about. So make sure to share this and pass this along, please. Second thing, if you want my top 10 strategies for the interview process, make sure to check out my interview guide. It links to my top 10 podcasts and YouTube videos on interviewing, because I've got a lot of content now on interviewing. So this takes the guesswork and the sifting out all my content for you, because I know as a teacher you don't have a lot of time. So make sure to check out that guide. If you want help customizing your resume and cover letter, make sure to check out the teacher interview bundle. That has things like the top 10 cover letter resume, matching cover letters and resumes, as well as follow-up emails, demo lesson. If you want the strategy behind the whole process, you feel aligned with this and you are done applying to the masses and you are ready to start applying out of alignment and get hired by the right district, not just any district, make sure to check out my experience, Land Your Dream Job. Land Your Dream Job is my experience to help teachers like matchmaking get in the right district, not just any district, all the way from the research phase to the application phase to the showing up to the interview phase to the follow-up phase. It's the whole step and process. And one thing that I added recently that I absolutely love is I have a mock-up interview in here. It's an audio where you can pause. I act like I'm interviewing you. You can pause the audio, answer, and I even give you example answers on how I would answer that using some of the frameworks I use inside Land Your Dream Job. So make sure to check that out. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, remember we are stronger together, and I'll see you in the next one, Teacher Bestie. Bye.